Welcome. My name is Kimmy and I am with American Eagle Home Inspections. We are your host for today. I usually give a little chat, but today I'm actually here just like you guys. I'm always wanting to learn. Obviously, we use social media a lot in our business and it's very important to us. So I'm so excited to dive into all the different types of mediums, the most popular, of course. So a couple of housekeeping things before we get started. Most of you have food, please help yourselves. Waters, restrooms are right behind there. We won't be taking any formal breaks, so feel free to help yourself. Want to thank you to She Sparks. We are also hosting this on Zoom. This is a ladies group. It is nationwide, but we do have a lot of presence here in Asheville. Where are my sparklers at? Jazz hands. So if you're a woman in this area and you're not part of this group, it's a free Facebook group, broker agnostic. Please feel free to come up to me after and ask me all about it. And thank you to Lotsar, and they want to thank you. They are doing an appreciation bash tonight for realtors. Lots of charcuterie, lots of giveaways, all that sorts of stuff. So it's here tonight at 6. Also, they're obviously hosting this. We pay to rent the space, but it's incredibly affordable. And if you're a board member, you get it a discount. 50%? 50% off. It's insane. They've got all the tech, all the things. So love Lotsar. Thank you to Simone for everything she does for me. I like to take lots of liberties and she's very generous.
If you're a realtor and you'd like to come, please go to the lotsar.org website and RSVP for us.
Cool.
And there's a little flyer at the door, and we'd love to see you all. So.
Chuck, our lovely model, has the flyers on display. Vanna White, thank you. As you guys all know, Chuck loves being in the spotlight. If you watch any of our social media videos, he is a fan. So things we're going to go through today, we're going to get into some basics. So we're going to kind of start at zero, which for a lot of you, if you do social media, might be a little bit of a repeat, but just some great specifics. And then, like I said, we're digging into the specific mediums. We have somebody in our market who crushes it at Instagram, somebody who crushes it at Facebook, someone for YouTube, and I'm going to go a little bit out of order. And I have an agent here for TikTok. So I actually went on TikTok searching for an Asheville agent. There are plenty on there, but no one is using it consistently, in my opinion. I also messaged the realtors on there who are there, and nobody responded. So newsflash, pay attention to Kristen's post because there's definitely a market to be had for Asheville agents on TikTok. Actually, that's true. Lo's on there, but she was already doing Facebook, so she couldn't double up. So Lo will give you a run for your money, but it's definitely, and you'll learn from all the social media people, there's enough business to go around. Just because there's one agent doing TikTok, that never means that you can't be there as well. So plenty of room for everybody excited to dig in. All right. Raise your hand if you use social media for your business. Everybody should be raising your hand. I love it. Okay, I'm going to ask you to do something a little bit unconventional. Pull out your phones. If you've seen me recently speak, I promise I'll retire after this one, but go on Instagram. That's my preferred mode of social media. Find American Eagle Home Inspection. Give us a follow. Shameless. I don't care. And if you already follow us, which you all should, like a photo. This is going to act as an entry in a drawing. So go ahead and like a photo. So I'm going to go on there real quick. See who's quick draw McGraw. Sarah Smith. Where are you at?
Here.
Oh, thank you for following us. You win the drawing for today.
I just started right now.
Yeah. I just pick a person at random. So I appreciate that. So the reason I put this together and the reason I love social media, someone, and I say this often, Dave, who's in the back with Asheville Video Marketing, is going to share in a bit, but he was the first person who kind of really introduced me to it. He said, Kimmy, how do you earn your business? And I said, doing things like this, right? You realtors know that's what we do as vendors. We're getting in front of people. We're giving speeches, all that stuff. Today, we had about 65 registries, which is great. That's only 65 people, right? Our business is built off hundreds and hundreds of inspections. So I really needed a way to 10x that, really, to expand my reach. So that's why we use social media. You guys have heard of the 80-20 rule, right? There's many iterations of it, but it's something along the lines of 80% of the results come for 20% of the work. I'm trying to just do the 20%. I was like, how can we boil it down and I just do that? How can we 10x our presence, our capabilities so that we reach more people? The reason I have a lot of agents follow me is because who knows what a home inspection is? Who has heard like a million home inspectors talk? Who thinks in the next 2 minutes I can say anything that will change your mind to use me as a home inspector? But If you're constantly watching us on social media, getting to know our team, getting to know the type of work that we do, that's where I feel like I'm going to earn your business and earn your trust. So same goes with you guys as realtors. If you are constantly top of mind, no one likes spam emails, no one likes spam texts, but who's not scrolling their phone for too long of a time every day? Everybody, right? So definitely the reason why I implement social media and why we're all here today. So with that, the brilliant Dave Carigliano with Asheville Video Marketing is here. He's going to, like I said, go over some of the basics, but Dave has been such an instrument in building our social media business. And by the way, just for free, he's always there to add value to any business. So Dave, take it away.
Do I have slides?
Oh, they're your slides from last time. I thought you did slides.
They are? Oh, let's see what we got here.
Surprise.
Hold on.
You don't
I'm
have to use
Dave
them.
from Asheville Video Marketing, and I'm going to give this presentation. Okay. All right. Okay. So
he did make this, but it was quite some time ago.
Just watch the slides, and I'm just going to say, okay. All right. You see that? Oh, that's a good one. Take a picture of that. So I think I just said I was going to talk about like the basics of video marketing, social media, but then I thought normally you guys are talking about other stuff here. And since you're going to be hearing about social media and hearing from people who are doing really well on all these different platforms and what they're doing, and I think you'll get a lot of the basics from them as well as some of the more advanced stuff. So I thought I would go super basic on this one and just talk about really should you do this at all? Because I think that, one of the most common things I hear from people when they reach out to me for the first time and they're not doing any video marketing, they're not really active on social media, is, I know I got to do this. Everybody's saying I got to be on social media. I got to post, a million times a day, and I got to do this to grow my business. Everybody's doing it. I'm going to fall behind. And, I think that the truth is, if you are selling homes, if you are getting leads, if you're getting clients, and if you're growing your sphere, and you're not using social media, you don't necessarily need to. So, and I know that's so call me and let's work together. But you don't necessarily need to, and you don't need to drive yourself crazy thinking about, what should I do? I know most of you are here because you want to learn about what to do, and maybe you are not doing very much on social media right now or not doing anything. And so does anybody here know who Alex Hormozy is? Have you ever heard that name? All right, a few people. So Alex Hormozy is he's an entrepreneur. He's a multimillionaire. And, ironically, he not became successful, but he became well known through social media. But something that he talks about is something that I often come back to when I'm talking with somebody about whether or not they should actually do this. And that's from his book. It just came out this year. It's called $100 Million Leads. It's an awesome book. You should definitely read it. If you're not a reader, you can go to his website. It's acquisition.com. And he has a whole course that takes you through this book. And it's totally free. You don't even have to put your email in to access the course. And I've done courses. I've done business coaches. I've done masterminds, all these things to learn about leads and lead generation, sales, social media, all that kind of stuff. And after going through that course, I'm like, wow, I could have just done this, right? Just at least for the fundamentals of this. But one of the things he talks about that I think is really important is that if you want to grow your business, if you want to get more leads, get more clients, there's really only 3 ways that you can do it. The first way is to do more of what you're already doing that's working, right? So if you know that if I do this, I'm going to get this many leads from it, then if you want to double your leads, let's say, you can just do twice as much. If you're not able to do twice as much, then you want to think about, okay, how can I do this better, what I'm doing right now? There are ways that I can be more efficient so that I can get more leads, get more clients, doing the same amount of work in the same amount of time. And if you're doing as much as you can do and you're doing it as efficiently as you can, then it's time to start thinking about, okay, can I do something new? Can I do something different? Can I go all out on social media and start posting, 100 videos a day or whatever, and trying to go viral? So, that's something that I kind of bring up to people is like, if you really want to do this, if you're like, I want to be an influencer or something, or like, I want to, start getting leads through social media, and you're really passionate about it, then I think go for it. But if you're just thinking about, I need to do this for some reason, then think about first, have you maximized your efforts in other areas? Because I know for myself, I know there's a lot more that I could be doing, and I could be doing the stuff that I'm doing a lot better. I just don't want to. So I'm looking at like, okay, somebody's doing this thing and it looks like it's working, so I'm going to go give that a try. But definitely, and a lot of times doing more or doing things better can mean using video marketing, can mean doing more on social media. It's just about figuring out for yourself, like, where's the best place for you to kind of invest your time and energy? Because a lot of times, we hear stuff like this, the things that you're going to be hearing about, and we're like, all right, I'm going all in. I'm going to do this thing. And then we put all our effort and time into these things that we're not sure if it's going to work. And we end up taking resources from the stuff that we know works. So just some food for thought. And definitely, my name's Dave, Asheville Video Marketing. I don't know if I don't have a slide for that, but you can find me at Asheville Video Marketing anywhere, and I'm always happy to talk to people about where you're at, if you're interested in this kind of thing, and if it makes sense for you, and what's like the best way for you to get started. So that's my presentation.
Thanks, Dave. I don't know who's next. I'll figure it out. Thanks, Dave. That was a great presentation. Like I said, I really highly suggest you guys reach out to Dave. He does a lot of different things. I originally reached out to him because he does video production. So if you are an agent who's like, I'll show up, but I can't do all the things, like obviously he has services for that. I think he just has great business savvy. Like I said, I've gained a lot of advice from him, and I've technically not paid to work with him yet. And he's just been fantastic. So highly recommend a consultation at minimum. Another sponsor we have here today to make all this possible is Rodrigo with Vesta Property Management. He's not going to speak, but he will be following up with you guys after. If you need an awesome property manager, I definitely recommend you reach out to Rodrigo, and he's got a table of resources over there as well. So check him out. And we also do have this wonderful lunch thanks to Jason Sherbars with Rocket Mortgage. So he's going to come up and say a few quick words before we get into our speakers. You do have a slide. Look at that.
Do I have to grab the mic or
No, you can just talk.
All right. So I used to come in here and say like, hey, we now have somebody local, but I've been here for 2 years, so I think I'm established a little bit. But yeah, so.
Oh, sorry. Wait, hold on.
All right.
You just put it in your shirt.
So today I don't want to like try to sell you. Like Kimmy said, I'm not going to change your mind in 2 minutes, but I did want to talk to you guys about something that a lot of people are doing in this area that you may not know the repercussions. So we have a program called the One Plus, which is awesome. It's a conventional loan, put 1% down. We give a 2% grant. There's no mortgage insurance, which is awesome, right? You just have to be under 80% of the median income, which is $70,000. So if you have a client who makes under $70,000, you don't have to use overtime or bonuses, you can get this grant. But a lot of people are putting people in that North Carolina State Housing Association program, and they don't subordinate their liens. So anybody who gets put in that program right now is not going to be able to refinance for maybe 10 to 15 years because they're not going to have the equity. And I've noticed that a lot of real estate agents do not know that and don't know the repercussions of that program. So with this program, they can actually go ahead and refinance in 6 months. That money's theirs, right? There's no liens if they sell. There's nothing that they have to pay off if they refinance. So just something to keep in mind. So,
love it. Thanks, Jason. Thank you. And I will say to Jason's credit, I do know a lot of lenders. If I have like a generic lender question, it goes to Jason because he responds the fastest. So that's huge. Like if you're like my client, if my client's considering this down payment program, just text them. And same with inspection stuff with me. I'm like, oh, just text me. Just don't belabor it. Just text the person. They'll be sure to help you with it. So cool. All right, so we're going to dive into the medium. So first up is Instagram. If you're in the Asheville market and you haven't seen Seth's Instagram, you're clearly just not on Instagram because he's definitely a presence. So introducing Seth Connolly to walk us through some Instagram stuff. Give him a hand. Mic you up. And here's your clicker.
Okay. How's everybody doing?
Woo!
Yeah, thanks so much for being here, Kimmy. You're a force to be reckoned with, and you put out a ton of content, and just privileged to be with all these badass ladies and have here. And so a little bit, let's just get started. How do we click this?
The right arrow. Yep.
There we go. So quick, just show of hands so we can get a read on the room. How many of you here are actively making video content? So not that many, right? So it seems like there's a lot of people interested in it, like curious, like trying to get it figured out. So this is a question that I am going to ask, and I hope that you kind of keep it in your mind and then hold on to it through everyone's presentation. So if you're not making video content right now, and you know it's the way, it's the future, why not? Why not? So hold on to that answer. Think about it. So thanks for having me. I think today I'm going to talk more about the why than the how. There's a lot of information out there, how to format your videos in 16:9 or have the rule of thirds or use good hooks, or there's, the technical aspects of how to make good content. And then there's kind of like the why, like why would you make content? So that's a little bit what I'm going to talk about. And then context matters. So I'm Seth. Whenever you answer the phone or whenever I get a call, I say, hello, this is Seth. And people make fun of me, so that's my intro. I've been in Asheville for about 20 years. My first career was actually working with at-risk youth and families in therapeutic settings. I wasn't born a realtor, something that came to me later on in life. But I've been an entrepreneur for about 10 years in Asheville and made a lot of mistakes, failed upwards until I found real estate. And I've been an agent for 2 years, just about 2 years. So context matters. I don't want you to think that, there's plenty of people who do more business. There's plenty of people who do less. This is where I'm at. This is my lived experience. So I'm going to share that with you, honestly. I've sold about 30 properties. I've done about 11 million in volume over those 2 years. And about a third of that has come either directly or indirectly from Instagram. So, there's definitely room to improve. And the reason I chose Instagram to really triple down on when I got started is, one, I got some advice right out of the gate that was like, pick a lead gen activity you like and can be consistent with and just do that. Just do that. And I had grown a couple of businesses before becoming a realtor via Instagram. So that's where I felt most comfortable. And I think Instagram is pretty versatile. There's messaging features, there's lives, there's stories, there's reels, there's static posts. There's a lot of different ways to do that. And I was comfortable with that. So that's kind of how I landed there.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you're trying to buy a house and a new car this year, dumb. Financing a new car will change your debt to income ratio, credit score, and that will impact how much home you can afford. On top of that, it eats into your savings for your closing costs and down payment. Listen, I get it. You have to get around for work and life. But if you want to buy a house this year and don't have unlimited funds, you may want to hold off on the car until you close on the house.
So that is an example of the content, one of the styles of content that I make. It's a straight to camera. It's a scripted video. I'm literally reading one line at a time. So, and there's like a formula to it, but we're all here because you're probably thinking, can I get business from Instagram? Is this a real thing where I can post something and someone's going to slide in my DMs and say, hey, I want to do business with you? And the truth is, it depends. It depends on what kind of content you're posting. I think We all fall in the trap of looking around. You know, we consume a lot of content. A lot of people in this room, including myself, consume more content than we post, right? So we're watching, does that work? But just listed, just sold, Canva graphics, they're probably not getting that much engagement, huh? Right? That's fair. It's fair to say. So knowing that you can get business through Instagram if you create value and nurture the relationships. Because ultimately, I'm not posting these videos because it's about me. I'm posting these videos because it's about the consumer. I'm trying to make content for the customer that shows value, that says, hey, this guy really knows what he's talking about. So instead of trying to go viral, because that's not really the point, it's a nice byproduct, but ultimately providing value and nurturing relationships. And that's where I think Instagram is really beneficial, because you can talk to people, you can reply, you can see pictures of their kids, you can engage with them on a more meaningful, personal level where it's not just all business, you know, and you can sprinkle in your personality. So the reality is if you're like, yeah, I'm going to do video, I'm going to get on Instagram, and you post one thing, you're not going to get any clients from it. You got to do it consistently over time, because that's where people see you showing up consistently and adding value. So how does it look? You know, how do you do it? Again, technical, there's a lot of information out there on how to do it. You know, if you build it, they will come. No one can connect with you if you're hiding behind generic graphics and not putting your face and opinion out there. It's just the way of the world. People want to know who you are. They want to know your personality. They want to know your opinion on things. You're the trusted advisor with one of the largest transactions in their lives. It's a know you, like you, trust you business. And there's no way to shorten that distance between you and that client and get them to know you, like you, and trust you than that video. No email is going to do it. Unless it's a personal referral, that's the shortest distance. So create content, and then they can create the connections. And the following is kind of the first step, but relationships, two-way street, right? It can't just be one-sided where you're just pumping content out and not interacting with other people. So if I get somebody following me and it looks like they're in the local market, I'm going to follow them back. Maybe it's a private account. They're curious. They've already raised their hand and said, hey, I'm interested in what you're doing. And I want to say, hey, I'm interested in what you're doing. How can I be of value to you? How can I create a relationship with you? And, you know, don't be spammy. Nobody wants to be spammed. Don't be weird when you slide in people's DMs. Like, be a normal person. You're a professional. And then create value. Give the people what they want, right? Like, if people are not responding to your just listed, just sold, it's probably not what they want. So you've got to reverse engineer what the people want. And right now, what you're seeing in a lot of short form videos are keep it concise, keep it compact, good hook, good graphics, lots of moving parts to kind of keep people's attention, because if you don't hook them in the first 3 seconds, they're gone. We all have just zero attention span these days. So there's a formula to that. And, you know, what do people go to Instagram for? They want to be entertained. They maybe want to be educated. My sort of niche that I'm sort of carving out is edutainment, and it's kind of value forward, a lot of tips, tricks, how-tos, market updates, but try to make it fun, try to like impart my personality in there. And I think ultimately that is each of our superpowers. Like, each of us has a unique skill set, has a personality type that can work with different people, and lean into that. Like, impart personality. Nobody wants a boring box on video, and that's what lots of people do, and it looks awkward and it doesn't resonate. So just loosen up a little bit, impart your personality. And then clients. Can you get clients? I'm always surprised, and it's such a fun little thing to be like, ooh, request folder, ooh. And when they get activated, they're going to reach out, because most people that you meet, most leads, aren't going to be ready to transact in the next 90 days. It's just the truth. It's a longer lead time. And you've got to figure out a way to nurture that. But when they reach out and raise their hand and say, hey, I'm ready, go get coffee with them. Start that process. There's lots of people that I've met through Instagram. We met, had coffee. They didn't close for 6 months. But it was fine, because they're there all along. We're in the journey. They're seeing the videos. They're like, oh, I really like that video when I see them at the showing. So engage in that way. And then so what, like, why does it matter, right? Like Dave made a great point. Like if you're doing great and you're crushing it and you just got tons of inbound leads, good for you. You don't need social media. Enjoy your free time. But, you know, for the rest of us who are trying to grow a business, it's great for connecting with new people and building a brand, but that's not how agents get paid, right? And I think there's a trap that I've seen is you want to be an influencer, right? You like the likes. We're all getting dopamine hits when it goes viral, and it's true. I mean, it's really just a feedback response. So the reality of creating content means you're practicing your craft by giving the potential clients or referrals something of value, and being forced to come up here and talk about this or make a video, you're going to clarify what it is. You're not going to want to sound stupid on video, so you're going to make sure you know what you're talking about. And that practice you're going to be able to practice that in the comfort of your home or however you're shooting the content, edit it, clean it up, make it good, so you're not practicing on the clients when you sit at their table, right? You want to know what you're talking about, and this is just a way you can get those reps in. And then, you know, if you can be the voice of the professional real estate advisor in their life, you're going to win their business before they ever reach out. They're going to see that content and say, wow, this person knows what they're talking about. I know you, I like you, I trust you. And the transaction is going to be way easier. Your expertise will be irreplaceable because they've had so many engagements with you as a person, and it just like, yeah, there's no other option. They're not even shopping around because you're in their feed all the time engaging with them. Benefits of Instagram for agents. It's one-to-many. You can talk to as many people as you want. Phone calls, that's one-to-one. Knock on door, one-to-one. Email, one-to-many, but it's like spammy and it's hard. It's not a very good click-through rate. And then it's a hard time measuring ROI. The nice thing I like about Instagram and social media is you can look at your analytics. If you don't have a business or a creator account, that's definitely something to do. So look at your analytics, see what the breakdown of age groups, gender, locations are. That's going to give you feedback, because what I'm trying to do is I don't really care about going viral. I don't want to talk to people in Dallas or California. I want to talk to people in my local market because that's where I'm going to get business from. So I just like all the features too. You can demonstrate actual value. Did you learn something? Were you entertained? Was someone inspired to take action? They said, hey, I saw your video and man, it really kind of, I do want to buy a house, or I do want to look into down payment assistance. And then did they send it to somebody? That little arrow, that little paper plane, when you look at your Instagram post, is a powerful one, because even if somebody else isn't ready to pull the trigger and say, hey, I want to buy a house, because most people buy, 3 houses in their life? They can send it to somebody who else is. And they can send it to other agents. When I said at the beginning of the slide, directly and indirectly, the indirect part is agent referrals. People who are out of the area who saw my Instagram who said, hey, I have somebody moving to my area and they need to sell a house. Can you be the listing agent? Yeah, absolutely. Would love to. Build your brand. It doesn't matter what brokerage you're with. It doesn't matter, what name tag you have. Most people, the main thing is your personal agent brand. That is the thing that you can take with you anywhere. There's no splits. It's yours. And you can refine that, and it's portable. So I think the beauty of creating a personal brand where people have loyalty is no matter where you go, you can take it with you. But that's the difference between being an order taker and just saying, okay, I'll open a house, and being a business owner that says, hey, people are loyal to me. They're going to come to me because they trust me. And I think that is just incredibly valuable and hard to measure, but important.
I feel like the drivers in Asheville are terrible. It's like a Venn diagram of people who are like drunk, stoned, old, tourists on their phone. Or the person right in the middle that's all of those things.
Or filming Instagram videos while they're driving.
So I wasn't filming that, I did get a lot of comments, but the reason I shared that content, because that was a recent reel that went viral. It got over 116,000 views. And, I'll post it, it'll be a good run, I'll get some comments, and then it sort of dies off. That's the lifespan of Instagram. That's the sad thing about it. It usually only lasts for about 24 hours, all the dopamine hits. And then But you know, it is a lot of work to produce content at scale. So you kind of run out of ideas. Sometimes, you know, that's not how we make money. We actually got to be closing deals, you know, so sometimes you get busy with that. But then this one, I woke up one morning and it just started ching, 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 ching. All the likes just started going and the comments went crazy. In about 2 weeks, it got 106,000 views. I got 400 new followers, tons of comments, tons of engagement, and already have met up with somebody who saw that video, signed up on the lead form, said, hey, I want to buy a house. We met, got them pre-approved, and we're shopping for houses. So like it does work, right? But it wasn't that one video. And I was kind of embarrassed too. Like, they're like, oh, I saw your video about drivers. So it's like, ooh, a little bit of a hot take. A lot of hate comments on there, you know. But the point is that it activated somebody, and then they watched all the other videos. And all the other videos where I'm adding a ton of content and really specific and a knowledge broker, all those views start to go up. And that's where you can kind of hook them in. It's not just the hot takes, but that was an interesting one. And again, going viral is not the point. If you're posting to go viral, you're always going to be chasing that. And I don't think that's going to show you as a knowledge broker. And so just keep posting. Just show up. You never know when it's going to take off. Conclusion and a little tough love. You can see I'm really good at Canva PowerPoints. You know, when we talk about why, that was the question we asked at the beginning. Why not? Why aren't you doing it? And one of the most common answers is like, oh, I just don't know. I don't like how I look. I don't like how I sound. It's like, trust me, I got body image issues. If I can get on camera, you can too. And the truth is people already know what you look and sound like. This is a contact sport. You have to talk to these people and see these people. So why take all this time avoiding that when you can just get that out of the way? You can talk and see them, and then they know what you look and sound like. You'll never have to complain about bad leads when you can grow and nurture your own great leads. So if you're, you know, there's a lot of different ways to get business. I don't like to be cold called. I don't like people knocking on my door that I don't know. So I don't do that. This is a way that I can feel comfortable and be consistent with. And then when the people do reach out, inbound leads, right? That's what everybody wants, inbound leads. They're warm. And they're like, I know you, I like you, I trust you. Let's do business. And then this is the little tough love part, right? The why not? Like, would you be okay if you're all trying to be successful in real estate and make a living off of real estate? Would you be okay going to your family and being like, oh, I just can't make the bills this month because I'm afraid to get on camera. I'm afraid to post on Instagram. It's not a really valid excuse, is it? And then if you don't make content, that's okay. Somebody else will, and they'll get those clients, and that's okay. Because we all have the same tools. So I say, put yourself out there, and you're gonna find your tribe. That's it. Thanks, guys.
That's a great question. I'm sure if you DM Seth, I'm sure you're open to questions if people DM you, right?
What's that?
If someone has questions, they can DM you.
Yeah, Seth AVL Realtor is my handle. Follow me, I'll follow you back.
Slide into his DMs. He'd love to chat with you. But yeah, and that's what I love about the community too. Like all these agents mostly are in your market, and we're willing to like open our playbooks and share with you. So thank you, Seth. That was really incredible. I really appreciate that. So next, all right, we're gonna move to the thing. The wonderful Lo Weaver. So honestly, you guys, a lot of the agents I've chosen were because I saw their presence on social media. That's how we met initially. I reached out. Now we're friends and clients. But I didn't know this about her business because I didn't meet her as a consumer per se. But I was really impressed by her presence. And then I saw she gave a presentation on Facebook. She gave this to our group in SheSpark, so it's recorded on YouTube if you want to see it. Really powerful stuff, a really creative way to use Facebook. So I'm so excited to introduce Lo Weaver to tell us all about it. Oh, okay, it's working now. You can do your water right there.
Here's the microphone.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
Start over.
I want to be famous. No, just kidding. I actually made a video about being famous, and it's all about creating content. I wish I had more personality like he has to create that content, but we're getting there. Hi guys, my name is Lo Weaver. I am with Nexus Realty, and yeah, Facebook is my way to go. And it's so funny that we talk about Facebook and get out there. Facebook was my way to get out there without really being that brave and get myself in a video. And I started 3 years ago. Actually, November is 3 years ago. I got my license. And on my first year, I was Rookie of the Year with Keller Williams. I saw over 20 transactions just in my first year. It was awesome. And it all came from maximizing my sphere with Facebook. Now, backstory is I'm a single mom. I got two small children. My baby was little when I started. And so I didn't have the time to be learning about cold calling or breaking that. Again, also, I had to break through domestic violence. So a lot of nervousness about confrontation situations. And what we do the most here is confronting ourselves and then talking to the clients, talking to people you don't know, and put that on top of that being abused. And so breaking through that resistance was huge for me. And I don't know what happened.
No, you're good. Oh, Zoom cut us off. It's all right.
Whoopsie. Okay, so I knew that I need to reach people and I wanted to help people. And without being so brave, how can I just jump to it? And again, I said, well, I have a lot of friends. And I have all my friends on Facebook, and I see so many people putting their whole life on Facebook. And I was like, that's kind of entertaining, right? When you, especially, let's talk about a pandemic. This was in the middle of the pandemic. What we all do in the pandemic was like literally get on our phones. We were on our phones all day long. That was our way to connecting to everybody. So I was like, these people that are on Facebook and they kind of tell all their life. They get a lot of likes, they get a lot of comments, they meet people, they find solutions sometimes. And I was like, oh, how can I do that? So that's where, Facebook groups, it was a new thing. And I was like, we can connect through so many things. And randomly enough,
so low. It's right here too. If you
sorry
want.
about
That's easier.
Yeah. So why Facebook group? Because the amount of people that get on Facebook is huge. So 2.8 billion people of monthly active users. So it's huge numbers. They're highly engaged with the community, and we can target really easy. And I discovered this really, really simple. It was almost like a mistake, but you love mistakes that are very profitable. So again, single mom, 2 little kids, and I needed to work. I was full-time working in the casino as a dealer while I was full-time doing real estate and full-time taking care of my kids. I'm a foreign person. I have no family here. So my support was very little. And I was like, okay, so how we do all this stuff? And I created this group, and it's called Babysitting Help. And then the idea of the group was like getting, parents, we all need a night off. Can we just trade? And it was like babysitting trade. And I started getting people and people and people. And I started getting people from all over the country saying, hey, who can give me a Saturday night off? I'll trade you for a Friday night or whatever. And I was like, this is pretty cool. Okay, so let's try something else. And I'm sorry, I'm so used to this. So you can find different type of groups, and people are using social media as research. You want to find something, you want to learn something, social media, how to do that? How do people do it? And so you can join specific groups, and you can help you, connect with different niche. Okay, so solution-based. So I said, okay, I was a real estate agent, and I had a coach. They talk about farming, okay? Farming, and everybody, who has done farming before? Who knows what farming is? Okay, so farming is basically you pick a neighborhood or an area, and then you start sending them marketing, right? And farming takes a long time, but it could be really, really profitable. And I said, well, how can I do farming without spending the money, but I still feed to this group? And I said, well, Facebook groups is a fun thing. And I said, nobody has a Facebook group about my community. Now, I live in Jackson County, so that's like an hour west from here. And the big town that we have is Silva. And I said, man, there's nothing about Silva here. So I was like, I saw this group that I love the way they connected. And it was We Love Waynesville, North Carolina. I was like, man, this group is killing it. And I said, well, we don't have something like that. Let's just create that. So I was like, We Love Silva, North Carolina. And I invited everybody that it was in my sphere. And I didn't have that many friends at the time, maybe 400, 600 people. They were all related with work, but they were all locals. So all my friends local joined the group, and they were my first tier of support. And then other people that wanted to move to the area, that wanted to learn about the area, they started joining. That group in the first year went from nothing to 1,000 members. The first year. I didn't do promotions. I didn't say, hey, if you join my group, I give you $100. None of that. It was all organic. We didn't pay nothing. And then, and this is 3 years later, that group is almost 10,000 people.
Jeez.
But out of that group, I created We Love Bryson City, North Carolina. We Love Franklin, North Carolina. We Love Highlands, North Carolina. I actually just recently created We Love Asheville, North Carolina, because I'm surprised nobody has created that. And that group is actually 500 or something right now, but it's a new group. And the good things about group is the objective of these groups is connecting the community. That's why it's so powerful. And so everybody can put information there and get information out of that. So it's a constant lead generation. On my Facebook, and I'm skipping a little bit of the presentation, but on my Facebook, I have right now about almost 3,000 people that follow me. Now they follow my content, but most of those followers have reached me through my groups. In the total amount of people that follow my groups are about, right now, maybe 40,000 people. And so it's huge. And the thing is, it's so huge, it's locally huge. So whoever goes to that area or start doing research on Facebook about the area where I live and work, they're gonna find me. And as soon as they find me and they get in like, for example, hey, I'm coming to the area. A lot of these people are coming to the area. I want recommendations of here. This is the thing. I am the administrator of all these groups. And when you have this many people, you have to put a lot of filters. So I'm the first person that actually approved that you post that. By me being the first person that approved that post, I'm the first person that can comment and say, hey, this person or that person or anything. So that right there puts an extra layer of advantage of me. So, for example, when somebody wants to find a realtor, hey, I'm coming to the area, I found a realtor. I'm the first person that knows that she was a realtor. So I'm the first person like, hey, I would love to help you. And then I'm already sending them a message, a private message. Before 120 persons will say, hey, this person, that person, I already have the connection and make that lead 80% mine. Because people also get, they're gonna listen to the comments. But here's the other thing. The base of those groups are all my sphere. So out of all those comments, you're at least gonna have 4 or 5 saying Low Weaver. Mm-hmm. So that helps social help. And so basically, because of all this amount of people that follow these groups, then yes, my Facebook is only 2,500 people or 3,000 people follow me, but my reach is about 35 to 40,000 people constantly checking on my content and everything that I create. And everything that I create is to fit into these communities. So be active, share valuable content, offer help, answer questions, and avoid spamming, like he was saying. So a lot of the things that we're gonna say is really the same thing. Leverage. You can leverage the group's insights. When the group is yours, you can do the same thing as you can do on your professional accounts. You get data. Everything that I put on my Facebook groups, I get all the data. And then here's another secret on Facebook. If you want to get people to follow your page, like a little secret tool is put a picture or put something about you, or that's something that you think people can relate to in anybody's group. Okay, hopefully a group with a lot of people. Okay. Anybody that interact with that, especially hopefully a like, you can go ahead and invite them to your page. So if you're constantly doing that, maybe once a day, grab something that you think that group might interact with you, you put it there. Whoever likes that, you can invite them to your page. That can get you at least 100 new followers a week. Constant, just a little bit. But if you constantly do it, you can leverage out of other people's group. Sorry, collaborated network. So now you can create and partnerships. I think this is how we connect with her. We're all about creating contact and connecting and helping. And I think that's the big mission with social media, is connecting and creating. So you can collaborate, create partnerships. I'm at the point of my groups are so big and there's so many people that wants to promote their business. It's an amazing lead generation, not only for realtors, but anybody that is a business owner. So what we are creating now is connecting with different local business owners, talking about sponsorship. So whoever sponsors with, more money, they're gonna be featured on the page. And then on top of that, what we're gonna create is a database with all the members of all the groups, and we're gonna give them a newsletter, a monthly newsletter. So that right there is going to create a huge other opportunities of business. And again, this is started at free. Like, I have a friend that helps me. She don't charge me nothing. But right now we're starting to see, the possibilities are endless. So again, monetize your group. You can make money out of that group, not only with real estate. Okay. And then here's some daily routines on Facebook, simple things. Have any of you heard of the book? It's called The Compound Effect. Mm-hmm. The Compound Effect talks about the little routines that you can do to improve your life in significant ways. A lot of people tell me, well, I don't know what to do on Facebook. Tell me what to do. Facebook is not just, getting in front of that camera or creating that content. If you're the person that always there commenting, approving, supporting your friends, that right there is awareness. You're still creating awareness. So if you do a daily routine, it's like 10 comments, 10 likes, 10 hearts, 10 direct messages, one post that encourage that conversation. Again, it doesn't have to be in your personal page. It can be in a group's page. Like, for example, we take a picture today and say, I got to share with all these agents and it was amazing. I'm so grateful for that. And you put that in a networking page. So everybody that, if you want to connect with agents, everybody that like that most likely, you're going to have all these people that probably going to like that page or that post. You can invite them to follow you. And that's going to create that conversation. And say you don't have to invite them to follow you, but you can message them directly and try to create that connection. And a picture a day in the story. If you put a picture in the story, it's going to pop out to everybody that, has you in their list. Engaging on with users on live. So, how we can do live presentations, and everybody and their mom is gonna know that you're live, and most likely gonna click and see for 2 seconds. Let's be honest, just 2 seconds. But if you have a group, you can go live on your group, and then everybody in your group gets that notification and most likely get engaged. So again, another way to push yourself. Another advice that I do give you on Facebook is that they have a new feature called highlight or add everybody, and there's another one that I don't remember. But basically pushes a notification extra over your users or followers. But the problem is that when people overuse that, people will unfollow you because it kind of comes out as spammy. So if you see that, don't overuse it. It's going to play against you. Oh, Twitter trends. This is another tip that I gave. It's a really good one. So Twitter now is called X. What I like about it is that it gives you analytics. Analytics is really good when you're working about marketing and social media marketing. Because analytics tell you whether it works or not. If it's not working, get rid of it. Do something else. If it's working, kill it. Keep doing it again. So in the X, whatever post, anything that you put on there, it's going to show you how long ago was it posted, how many people did it reach, and how many people engage and post and all that stuff. So I'll go there and I will try to find something that is a little bit controversial, but not too controversial, okay? Just a little bit spicy. And I call them, because I'm a Latina, we're spicy. So find something that could cause that. I call it a psychological tease. It's like it could be a subject, it could be a question, it could be a statement, but we cannot help but say something. Okay, and you know how you do it?
Yours today was funny.
Oh yeah, it's a really good one. And the one I put today is like only using a gift. Put in the comments who is your what was it?
It was like, who do you see yourself with in your head, like a celebrity?
Like a celebrity, your celebrity relationship, your secret relationship. And you can only comment or respond by using a gift. And everybody it went crazy. It's so good. And sometimes I get it from Twitter or, sometimes Facebook is a good one. But Twitter, I love it because I'm going to even give you this proven fact. This is proven. If the post on Twitter is posted an hour or less, and then the reach is over 100,000. I'm talking about not the comments or the likes, it's the reach. It shows you the statistics. So if the post is less than an hour and the statistics are over 100,000, that's a killing post. That's what you should use. So it doesn't matter what it says. Are you okay posting it? Because it's gonna cause an issue, it's gonna cause a reaction. And why do I call it psychological tease? It's because no matter what, you're gonna have a reaction, you're gonna have a comment, you're gonna have people that are not too proud of that opinion, so they're gonna send you a DM. And some people will call you to have a discussion about it. So why and how did I came about this is lead generation, having 30, 20, having conversations every day. If you're dry and you don't feel like calling people, you do this, you're going to have 20 to 30 conversations in one day. I guarantee you. And out of those 20, 30 conversations, I'm probably going to start in the crazy topic. I'm going to end up in real estate. So it's a really good technique. So thank you so much for your attention. If you guys want more information, you can follow that QR code that has my picture on it. That one is for my website, and the other one is on Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook. I love to help. I really do. I'm always busy. I didn't give you an introduction of my production, but I've done a lot of business out of social media. Pretty much all my business comes out of that. So far, out of the 3 years, I think I'm at a little bit over 50 transactions. So we've been busy and we stay busy, and this is just the start. I love it. I really do. So anything that I can do to help you, please feel free to contact me directly. I'm an open door.
Thank you. I'll take your mic. Lo did this presentation I saw in Greenville, South Carolina. So she's not only presenting herself to clients, but now an agent's going to think of her. When she meets a client and they're like, oh, I know a realtor in Asheville, they probably know a handful, but their brain's going to go to, oh, yeah, Lo, she's great because she's top of mind. Or I met someone yesterday and they're like, oh, I've got a great agent that does video, etc. So, the possibilities are endless to grow your business. So I love it. So I have Kristen here. So like I said in the beginning, you guys, I went on TikTok and Lo's on there. I'll give her that. We don't have a great presence in Asheville. There's such an opportunity for TikTok. So I really encourage you. Kristen, I actually went on one of the groups and said, hey, I need a TikTok agent. And 10 people are like, you've got to get Kristen. So I literally brought her in. She's out of the Fort Bragg area, she'll tell you. But I definitely wanted to go through TikTok. So Kristen, please take us through what you know. Give her a hand. So just clip that on, and then it should go right. And I think this is the transmitter.
Okay. All right. Hi, guys. I'm Kristen Gabese. I am in the Fort Bragg, Pinehurst area. I'm a military spouse. I am fortunate enough to stay at Fort Bragg and have been able to build my business. I'm a rookie, well, no longer, but I was a rookie agent. I'm just finishing up my 3 years. I average about 28 to 30 units a year. And I'm at about 8.5 million a year. My rookie year, I won Rookie of the Year. I had 27 transactions. I was so excited. What I did though was when I first got into the business, I was in Pinehurst is a kind of bougie golf course tourist community. I'm a younger agent than most of the agents in the area. And they were like, you have to cold call, you have to farm, you have to do all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, I hate when people call me. I don't like people come to my door. My dogs go crazy. I have kids. Like, that's just not what I want to do. And it made me super uncomfortable. So I don't want to do things that make me uncomfortable. So I got on TikTok because I also raised my 17-year-old sister at the time, and that's what she was doing. And me and my husband were like, holy cow, what is our poor kids? Like, this is what they are doing. It was, oh my gosh, she made me film one for her, and I was so freaking annoyed. And I was like, you're ruining your life. 4 years later, here I am that built my business. So she was right, and she tells me that all the time. So I started doing it as a joke because when I got into real estate, she said, Kristen, I am seeing realtors up there, popping up on here. Let's do one. And she bet me. So my very first open house, I was lucky enough my first month, I got a listing because, again, I'm military. I've made connections for 8 years that I've lived there. People are coming and going all the time, no matter what the market is doing. I am very lucky. So with that, my friend was like, Kristen, I want you to sell my house. I'm like, are you sure? I'm new. She's like, I know you. I trust you with my kids. Do it. And I'm like, okay, cool. So host an open house. My sister comes, makes me film a TikTok. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't film it. She did everything, posted it. And that's how that started. So again, 4 years later, here I am. It does 90% of my business.
So it's on the screen in front of you.
Yes.
Too.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to pull it up. So my hashtag is selling more, one word. It is consistent against all platforms. So if you guys follow me in the next few hours, I will follow you back on my drive home. Selling more, one word, Moore County, because that's where I'm from. Moore County, Moore. Yep. So here's my TikTok stats, and I don't like to talk just about me, but just to give you a little bit of background that I do think I know what I'm talking about a little bit. In the 3 years, I've done 10 million in production just from TikTok. These are just my TikTok stats. That is accumulated to 286,000, a little over GCI. I've done 40 plus personal transactions, 17 referrals that I do not count that money into my GCI. That's just like my extra spend money, my Botox money, as I call it. I have done multiple brand deals. I get free clothes sometimes. I've done podcasts, and I was even on the American Dream, financing the American Dream. My kids think I'm a celebrity, which is pretty cool because usually it's dad.
Hi, my name is Janessa, and I'm
they're gonna see.
I was a first-time
Okay, really quickly.
Can I start it over?
Yeah, I'm going to show you why it's so important. So these are two of my most recent clients. Janessa just moved from New Mexico to North Carolina. She bought a house, sight unseen. It was a pre-sale, so it was an 8-month build. She found me on TikTok. So I'm going to let her talk, and then my other two that I'm currently working with.
Hi, my name is Janessa, and I'm one of Kristen's TikTok clients. I was a first-time homebuyer whenever I met Kristen, and I feel like the reason why I chose her was her TikToks. Is not just a TikTok, it's her. And for me, I needed someone that was real, that didn't sugarcoat anything, and definitely was confident in what she was telling me. And I feel like being across the country, because I moved from New Mexico to North Carolina, she was just there for me. She was here for the walkthroughs, the inspections, and she also was very confident whenever I had questions for her. She didn't sugarcoat anything just because I liked something. She definitely wanted to make sure that I was comfortable and I knew what I was getting into. And she was also just an efficient communicator. She was definitely there when I needed her. If I had questions, she would give me a quick phone call and give me the answer. Or she would send me a text and say, hey, I'll get back to you a little bit later. I'm kind of busy right now. So I feel like if you're posting on social media, just be yourself, be confident, and of course, be a good communicator whenever people reach out.
And then this is Caitlin and Amy. I'm currently working with them. They are relocating from Georgia. Amy is in the military, and they called me. They were like, we found you on TikTok. We're not interviewing anybody else. We want to work with you. I'm a big new construction. That's something else I could talk about later. But they only want a new construction house. So they were like, you're our girl. And this is her. And we are currently building their house, and it should be done hopefully before Christmas.
And Amy's in the military, so before we went on TikTok looking for a realtor, I went and looked at the Fort Bragg military lives page, and I went through probably a dozen realtors to see like which one matches our personality and stuff like that, and I just couldn't find one. So I went on TikTok because it's like the search engine now.
The
Keyword search engine.
Her vibe is and her demeanor, so that's when I picking your realtor. Well, so this would be our second house that we bought, and I feel like we search for a realtor that has a great personality, someone who you can just tell from having a conversation with them that they're going to have all your interests at heart, and they're going to actually listen to you, listen to what you want, and look for what you want in a house that you're going to buy, and possibly be your forever home. Yeah, and I also feel like military families especially, it's so important to have a relationship with your realtor because we're buying a house with Kristen, but we might get her to sell our house.
Did you hear that? I heard that video last night when she sent it to me. They're already thinking about when they have to move, they're going to use me again. Yeah.
Who is on social media.
So I'm going to skip that because then she just kind of repeats herself. But the whole point of that is they're telling you why they like me. My personality, what they saw on Facebook, it came off TikTok, it came off genuine. So I just show up as myself. I don't wear makeup sometimes. I've gone on rants before on there. I go on my celebrations. I like to highlight, a lot of my clients are buying sight unseen. Sometimes I'm not even meeting them until closing day. So I do a lot of reactions too. It's scary for me. I can't imagine what it's like for them. That has gotten me so many views and things, and they're like, oh my gosh, so I just record everything, highs, lows of real estate. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. I record that. I was never scared to say that I was a rookie agent. And I also like to show how I was learning and doing things. Hindsight, my mom was a real estate agent, so I kind of went into the business knowing a little bit. But the whole point that I need you guys to take away is I'm big with attracting your tribe. I don't want to work with people that honestly don't like me or aren't like me because that's really uncomfortable for me. I work with military guys. F word's like our favorite word. I like people that I don't want to work with the bougie golf course. Have I sold golf course lots? Do I sell that to builders? Yes, absolutely. But don't ask me about golfing. I'm Happy Gilmore. I don't know any of that. So the biggest thing for me is attracting my tribe. So I show up authentically and unapologetically myself. Crystal, my friend that I brought with me, she is now an agent with me, but just not until just a few months ago. But she reached out to me through TikTok. She got into the business a year before me. We lived literally in the same area, and she met me through TikTok. Went and had lunch. We just connected, and she was like, I just felt like I could talk to you about some of the struggles that I'm going through as a newer agent because you're the only one open to sharing about that. So I've now made a really great friend, and now we work together. The other thing is to collaborate with other influencers in your area. Whether it be real estate agents, lenders. I got a lender from Raleigh who reached out to me, gave me a client. I've never used him. I have my own preferred lender, and I hate to tell Michael that, but he gave me a client, closed it in 4 days, and called me on the way up here and wants to send me another one. So just collaborating with other people. And then of course, advertising. I'm not going to talk too much about that because I don't do any paid advertising yet. I haven't paid for followers or anything. So it is a way to grow and to get people, but I have no knowledge on that. I'm not even going over this because everyone knows traditional marketing is boring. Social media is not. It's expensive and it's free. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Yeah. 4 main things that you want to take away: the algorithm, hashtags, TikTok trends, and engagement. The algorithm, I think I put it on here. Let me go back. The algorithm, again, not going to talk too much on that because I feel, for me personally, if I focus on that, it's going to take too much of my time. It changes all the freaking time anyway, so why try to learn it? Just show up. All this stuff I'll talk about in just 1 minute. I want you guys all to pull out your phones because I like to do more of a workshop stuff because that's how I learn. So if you have TikTok, I want you to pull up your profile. This is, if you don't hear anything else I say, listen to this and do this, because a lot of this stuff we're all going to tell you none of you are going to do. That's on you, but if you do this, I promise you it's going to change. So pull up your profile. The biggest thing you want to look at is your name. So that's where mine is actually Fort Bragg Realtor Kristen. Don't put Kristen Gavese or Tim whoever. Nobody's searching that. That Fort Bragg Realtor Kristen, that is a searchable name. So your name needs to be searchable. When I was sitting here earlier, I typed in Asheville Realtor. Guess who came up? One person, and she's actually sitting on a table right over there. That's it. How do I find my referral partners? I type in that area. How do all these people find me? Fort Bragg Realtor. That's what they're searching for. One of my other clients is a doctor, by the way, found me on TikTok, and I asked her, how do you find me? Every single person that finds me on TikTok, I ask them how they find me, and I write it down. Most of them are searching North Carolina Realtor, Fort Bragg Realtor, blah, blah, blah. Now my name is searchable. So when you type in Fort Bragg Realtor, guess whose face is all over it? Me. So change your name to searchable. You can change that every 30 days, I believe. And sometimes I do it. Fort Bragg just went and got a name change to Fort Liberty. Everybody hates it around us, so I'm still going to continue to use Fort Bragg. Plus, it's my hashtag that's trending. Again, my face is all over it. I don't want to get rid of that. But every once in a while, I'll switch that to Fort Liberty just to switch it up. Next is you want to use your bio as a call to action. So mine says NC Real Estate, moving to or from North Carolina, message me. That's all I want them to do. You know, I don't care if you follow me, because I only have, if you guys all follow me, I might hit 17,000. So if you guys can do that. I only have, 17,000 followers. I get more business and I speak at events for people who have 300,000-400,000 followers. I have more clients than them. So don't get hung up on the followers. Add easy link for potential clients to get a hold of you. So once you hit 1,000 followers, you can go ahead and add a link. You'll see that. I simply have that link to my Linktree account. When you go there, there's a form that says, do you want to buy or sell with me? I have my Amazon shop. I have all kinds of stuff on there because, again, now I can make money on Amazon. So that's how you need to set yours up. Screenshot that, take yours, message me. I'll help you set yours up if you want. The other big thing that you want to do is TikTok allows you to pin 3 videos. I believe Instagram does that.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I put 0 effort into Instagram and Facebook. Everything is pulled off of a website. It's called repurpose.io. It automatically does that because I don't have time. It takes it from my TikToks and automatically posts it for me.
I'm sorry, can you say that one?
So I'm going to share that at the end. So that was one of my tips. So I'll get into that at the end, but same.
Automatically.
Absolutely. I do not log into Facebook. I do not log into Instagram. Every once in a while I try because I'm trying to engage, but I don't really care because I like TikTok. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So, but the 3 pinned videos with whatever platform you're on, you want to make one of them an introduction. So one of mine is my real name because people call me, hey, selling more around town, selling more. I'm like, hi, I'm Kristen. Nice to meet you. But now my for sale signs have hashtag selling more. Because that's how people know me. So I don't care if they know my real name, but just in case they want to do, it's on there. What do you do, or what is your ideal client should be one. So I just recently pinned the other video. It says 2 new TikTok clients. I want people to know that are watching on TikTok that I help you. I help TikTok buyers or sellers. So that's a little video. The other one, I say do a fun video or viral. And again, you can change these all the time. I pinned another one that did pretty good. It had 18,000, which is, it's good. But I want more. But I went out. I had a Army seller who couldn't go out. He was out at the range. Thankfully, I'm a mil spouse, so I can get on base. He couldn't come sign his papers. I drove to the range. So me and my other friend that works with me, she's a notary. We are showing him in his uniform, like guns going off around us. He's signing his papers. And I was just like, look, this is what I go and do for my clients. So do 3 videos like that because that's the 3 that people are looking for. Don't always post your most viral video because sometimes a lot of my viral videos don't even have anything to do with real estate. Not going to talk about the algorithm, just have fun with it. Hashtags.
Change my plans because I have. Where should you?
All right, the reason why hashtags are so important is because, again, that is how people are finding you. It is Googling. Oh,
You're good. Keep talking.
they're Googling that. They are treating the search bar like a Google. Me and my friend Crystal this morning just said how to contour. It did not go so well, but instead of going to YouTube, that's what we did. So you need to find key hashtags. I use these ones that I posted up here almost on every video. And I save it into my notes on my phone so that I can quickly just paste. After so many, though, they will pop up on TikTok. I'm not sure about Instagram, but where I can just hit it. So number 1, I'm always using selling more because now that hashtag has a ton of hits on it. NC Realtor, Fort Bragg Realtor, blah, blah, blah. You could scroll down. The reason why it's so important is I don't know how well you can see it, but you could see in the search bar where it says Fort Bragg Realtor, this is what it looks like when people search that. It's mainly my face. And when it's not, I want to beat that person. So they have, one of those videos has to speak to them. And they're going to click on at least one, and hopefully whatever video they click on, I've engaged them in some way. Like he said, 3 seconds, because I have a 7-second attention span now, because this is what I do. So that's what is most important. So the Nashville, what I type in Asheville Realtor, start using that, guys, because when I send clients to Asheville, that's how I'm looking. None of you popped up. So you start it. 'Cause
Shame,
yeah,
shame.
now you have 0, but you can start. And if you're just the one constantly, now people are trying to catch up to me. Well, I have 2 years on them of doing it. You know what I mean? You didn't pop up. She did. Next is, oh, that's annoying. Sorry.
Oh, which one?
We don't have to. Okay, so trends are somewhat important. You don't have to. Everyone's like, when I talk about TikTok, they're like, I don't know how to dance. Me neither. Like, you don't even want to see me try to dance. But some of that is important. You can use trends in multiple different ways, whether it be trending music. Right now, if you're using Taylor Swift, you're going to get all kinds of views. Type in Travis Kelce. I've done it. Kelce has nothing to do with real estate. It's popping off right now. You can do big things in the news. Again, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. Talk about the celebrities, things like that. And then work them into your videos. So I'm going to show you these 2 videos. And you can also go to the TikTok Creative Center for inspiration. They will give you what's trending daily. I don't use it. I need to practice what I preach. This very first video, I'm in a swimming pool. It was my first video to ever get over 1 million views. It is a video. My husband does not do social media. He's military. He can't. He took this video of me because he was mad that I wasn't putting my phone down and I was working. So he sent it out into a group chat. And then I was like, oh, that's kind of a funny video. Let me make a TikTok out of it. 1 million views because it was
in the one there. Yeah.
Okay, it was fancy like. But it went viral because that song was going viral. And like I said, it was my first one to get 1 million views. So then I actually gained a couple thousand followers on that one. This other one was a Celine Dion challenge. I can't even remember when I did this, but this is a few of my friends and I just having fun with it. Again, this one had nothing to do about real estate. It went viral. Again, got a couple thousand followers. It was fun. It was super fun, and TikTok for me is not a job. I never want to make it a job. That's why I don't go into the algorithms. I don't even look at my analytics because I never want it to become a job. I post in my car. I barely edit. It's very raw videos because I'm just doing it in the moment, and that's when I'm the most genuine. I don't want to overthink it. I was one that was like, I hate the way my voice sounds. Like he said, every single one of you hear me like that. So I'm just accepting that I kind of have a squeaky, pitchy voice. That's just what it is.
Funny is easy to go viral.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to put a lot of thought into my videos and they didn't really go anywhere. So that's why I do more of the raw.
What do you use? I've never been on TikTok. So they have like platforms in order to make videos with like layovers like that? Or would you use a specific app you recommend?
I do everything through TikTok. I would love to have a guy like him that would do that for me. I just am helping start a new firm and I have lost a lot of my free time to do TikToks and I am interviewing people to kind of do. A lot of my other TikTok friends use Fiverr. So they just record the video and send it to like these people on Fiverr and they edit the videos and have cool things. I personally am a control freak and I like to do everything myself. It's not working that well for me anymore. So I need to figure that out. Yeah, exactly. I need to talk to him about it. The biggest thing with TikTok now, and I will send out a list for her to give you guys of people that you should follow. Todd Collins is he's this huge social media guru. He's TikTok now. TikTok literally has invited him out to have him promote certain things. He speaks to a lot of agents. Him and I have become friends over the years and we've attended several events together. He is recently now revamping what he talks about and how to work social media and TikTok. And TikTok is really pushing engagement. TikTok is a social app. They want you to be social on it. So I agree with her of trying to find at least 10 people that you don't follow and 10 people that you do follow and engage with their content. I've gotten really bad over the last few months just because of what I have going on in my personal and work life where I'm not engaging and I'm noticing that's a thing. Because when you engage, even with that person, but other agents are seeing it. I do so much referral because they're seeing me. That's how she found me. I almost didn't respond to her post because I was super busy. I was like, I don't have time to do that. But then
you and everyone else in Asheville, apparently.
I had all these people though, and I was like, I can't let them down, you know? So engage in other people's posts and that will really help.
Yeah, that's the thing that maybe an observation for a lot of people. They say, oh, well, how can I do this automatically? How can I do this automatically? A lot of our business, it is automatic. But if you want to grow on any social media, yes, create content automatically if you want to. but you have to create that engagement. If you're not coming, if you're not talking, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So be careful with that.
And there's multiple ways that you can engage. It's comments are going to be the best. You can like, you can heart. If you comment, and this is what Todd taught me, I just trust him. You should comment 4 words or more. So commenting LOL is not an engaging comment and whatever. So comment 4 words or more. Watch their video. Don't just like it. Like watch it. You can stitch videos on TikTok and Instagram. You can duet. You can also now repost. I don't do a lot of lives because I'm a little uncomfortable, and you never know what's coming out of my mouth, so I have to watch myself. And then reposting other people's videos. I've gotten followers just from reposting someone else's video that I thought was whatever, engaging or funny. And the last thing is just be you, show up and attract your tribe. I am huge with saying around my town, because at first a lot of people thought I was crazy. I was called trashy, unprofessional. Now I'm teaching at all these firms that, you know, have these agents saying that stuff. And they're doing it, which is cool. And instead of me being like kind of a butthead like they were to me, I go on there and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you doing a video walkthrough. Like I support them, and I genuinely support them. I'm super glad they're doing it. But I am unapologetically me. And I believe if you do that, you attract those clients, because I don't have any clients that reach out to me that are shopping other people. They're the first ones to sing my name. It's super important for me because they're coming from different bases that are then coming to me again, or they're turning around every 3 to 4 years and selling their house. So I don't have to do any of those other things because I'm automatically attracting those people that are very like-minded, and we can just have fun doing it. So
thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'll take your mic. Thank you. That was freaking awesome. I love it. So you guys are doing great. We have one more platform to go with. So shake out the sillies. It's incredible. So let's see. So when I talk about my social media journey, one, I credit Dave. The second person I credit is Beth Shadler. She invited me to her house to film YouTube. She was doing like, you know, real estate content. She wanted a home inspector. Shows her, I'll go over. And she's like, hey, do you want to do short form content? I was like, nope. And then she like flips her camera around. She's like, we're doing it. I was like, what? I don't want to. And like, that was the trajectory that sent me on this, because someone just got me out of my comfort zone and was like, you need to do it. So Beth does short form media. Like Kristen said, she's who came up on TikTok, which is incredible. But the YouTube business she has built, she is so modest about it. But I was like, I am your friend. You're going to get on this pedestal and have a little brag moment. So Beth Shadler of Living in Asheville is here to talk about her YouTube.
Everybody's like, are you nervous? I'm like, no. And now I'm like, oh, I'm nervous now. Okay, all of a sudden. I'm glad the Zoom is off because that's not my best angle from down below. Okay, I can see. And I just push the thing.
Yep.
Okay. And it goes different ways.
Yep. Hypothetically.
So if I push left, it goes.
So you need to go right.
Okay, thanks. Oh, there she is. Okay, so I'm going to explain how to do YouTube from A to Z in 10 minutes.
Okay, go.
Just kidding. Because it's not complicated at all. And okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
No, I'm nervous. Okay, here we go. Start with a hug. Here are 5 things about YouTube that agents don't know. Hi, I'm Beth Shadler, and I'm a realtor here in Asheville, North Carolina. And it's my passion and pleasure to help people move to the area. And whether you're looking at like 9 days or 90 days for your move, we'd be glad to help you. So if you want to learn more about Asheville and Western North Carolina in general, hit the subscribe button and click that little bell so that you'll be alerted every time we make a new video for you that you're probably already interested in. See, I'm going to make a YouTube video for you right now. You get it? Yeah. Okay, you get it? You get it?
I got it.
This lady's amazed. Number 1, long form is relatable. So we've been talking a lot about short form content, which is where I experimented in the first. Actually, I experimented firstly with Zillow and Op City. That was fun, if anybody's ever done that. But long form gives a client a whole new perspective on you too, because it's not these little snippets. You're like talking to a camera sometimes for like 20 minutes. Or, you know, like a normal video would be like 8 to 20 minutes, something like that. And you tell stories. You talk about your life. You talk about your experience in whatever city that you're in. You talk about what it's like to live there. You can do neighborhood profiles. You can do house tours. You can talk about the top 10 or the top 5 or the reasons why you would never want to live in Asheville. Those get a lot of views because they're negative. And you flip them around, of course. You'd never want to live here if you're a happy person. You would never want to do that. You become their friend. They know you. They like you. They trust you. And they also trust you with their business. So they know what you know already because you already told them, which is awesome. And then there's some behind the scenes live stuff. I think we've thrown our kids. We've put our kids in there a couple times. I don't put their face yet, but we'll talk about that. And I do have to credit, I did not do this alone. Toby Shadler, my husband, has done the YouTube thing. I am the talking head. He is the person that was like, I know how to do this, because he watches a lot of YouTube. I don't watch YouTube at all. But he's like, now I do a little bit. But he's like, here is how we could do this. We set up the studio in our basement with wood paneling background. We painted it. We made it look nice. It's just a corner in our basement, really, because we had no other space to really do it. We're like, well, let's just try this thing out. So that's how it started. Anyway, back to the long form is more relatable. They contact you because they already like you and they already want to work with you. They've already chosen you, which you've heard before, which works with short form as well. And the more you are, the more authentic you are, the more transparent you are. Here's what I know. Here's what I don't know. The more likely they are to trust you and want to work with you, which I really like. Okay, and then you leverage yourself. Imagine never having to explain what makes Weaverville different than Leicester. You know? Imagine having to cut out all those initial conversations that we have over and over and over about specific areas or where they might want to live and all of that, you know? So imagine a world where clients come to you and they ask to work with you. And they already know about where they want to live. And they know what they can get in that area in the price range that they're looking for. And you've met with them on Zoom. You have an idea of who they are. They're thrilled. They're like, oh my God, it's you. You've been on I can't believe you're talking to me. And they were on Zoom and it's just so fun. Everybody's so happy. And then they say, I'm coming to town. And you're like, great. I can't wait to set you up with a self-guided tour. Because they've seen all these neighborhoods online already. And so they're coming to town. They're like, can you show us some houses? Oh, I'd love to. But guess what? We're working with people who are ready to buy right now. And I know what you like because we've already talked a lot. I'm going to put together a special sheet just for you with places I think that you're absolutely going to love because they're already on the MLS search, right? I'm going to put this together for you, and they go and they park and they walk their dog around and they talk to some neighbors and they find out which place resonates with them the most. And then they come back to town and they call me up. Well, they call me up beforehand. Say, give me a ring a few months ahead. They come back to town and then they're ready to buy. And they already know where they want to buy. They already know the price range and the place they want to buy. They've already scouted the area. It's pretty amazing. I've leveraged myself out. But they still feel personally impacted and touched because they're still watching those videos and they're still learning more every day. And Asheville's endless. I mean, we could just go on forever. We have the whole Western North Carolina we could cover. Okay, it's techie. And that's probably why nobody wants to do it. They're all techie, right? I mean, you have to learn. And they're all really different. All these platforms are totally different. When we look, I mean, I'm 45 years old. I'm a Facebook person. I got into Instagram because I sat in a thing like this. It was you got to do Instagram. Okay, I'll do Instagram. And then, Seth and I graduated. We were in the same class. I'm your troll. To that. Woo, woo. We were in the same study group, and then we got out of that and we were like, okay, what are we going to do? We had a couple coffees and okay, what's up? What are you doing? What are you doing? And we saw each other in short form media a little bit. And then, I tried it and I liked it. And I was doing these funny shorts, which were awesome for my sphere of influence. And if that's your thing, that's great for your sphere of influence, especially on Facebook. For me, that was awesome. People thought about me. But YouTube's been a totally different experience. It's a different kind of client, obviously, than Sphere, but it's a lot of relocation, of course. So how different would it be, like the process that I just explained to you, where I kind of leveraged myself out? How different would our lives look, with considering the current process that most of us use, which is a lot of personal time that we invest into it. But getting back to kind of like the techie part of it, there's a lot to learn. It's a whole different world out there, and not to be intimidating. And it's a lot of stuff I'm not interested in at all. Really, truthfully. Thank goodness Toby's there, because he is. So I'm a DI, so I'm great. If we know what that is, right?
Heidi.
Heidi. I'm a Heidi. You just call me Heidi. Just kidding. It's on the disc profile. I'm a DI, so I'm great with buyers. I'm just great with buyers. Toby Shadler over there is a what is the last two? DC. SC. DC. SC. He does all the behind the scenes stuff, which is awesome. You can also hire that out. You can find that. It's great if it's someone that knows you, but doesn't matter.
Toby, you're replaceable. Sorry.
Irreplaceable. Okay, but when we're talking about techie stuff, there's equipment involved. It's nice to have a studio, but you don't have to. You can be out in the field doing the thing. You got to think about how you're going to vlog. You're out there talking to people. You got to think about microphones and lighting and all the things. And if you're driving in your car and doing car tours, there's a lot of stuff there. And then what kind of style are you? You have to be authentic. You have to be you. And then you got to understand the dang algorithm again. And you can't even get an idea of the algorithm until you've made quite a few videos, because it doesn't even it doesn't have enough information to even pick up yet. And YouTube also doesn't push out your information until you have, and it push out your videos until you have quite a few of them up there. Not to intimidate you, because it is exactly like any other lead generation form. And what's the word? Consistency. Mm-hmm. You have to be consistent. And then YouTube picks it up, then everybody else picks it up, and your clients pick it up. It's pretty amazing. There was something I skipped over here. Oh, yes. Oh, that was systems, leveraging yourself. Okay. But it's so long and feels scary. It still feels scary to me sometimes. Every time that thing gets ready to record, my heart goes like this, but it also makes me really good and alert. It makes me on. It makes me do my thing really well. It makes my mind say, okay, here's your time, Beth. Don't look like an idiot. Yes, it is long form and it is vulnerable. I mean, you're talking for quite a long time, and the less scripted it is, the better it is, which can be vulnerable too, because you're relying on yourself. And most of the time, it's okay. YouTube likes it if you are fumbling sometimes, or if you say the ums. You don't want to do too much of it, of course, but the more you are, the better the reaction is typically. And of course, there's imposter syndrome. Well, I have nothing to say, or I haven't lived here long enough, or I haven't been a realtor long enough. What would I even say to these people for that amount of time? Trust me, you can Google it. You can find out exactly what the top converting videos are, and you can make them. And you can use ChatGPT and alter it to your city, to your place, to your personality. You can make this happen. It's, Dumb it down?
Don't make it too complicated words.
Yeah. Yeah, don't make it too complicated.
In YouTube, I know that the most famous YouTubers, they say they use this program to their speech to be to a 5th grade level. Like that. And the more low level, the better their conversion.
Interesting.
Yeah. Dumb it down is a good.
I've heard that too, yeah.
That's sad for us Americans. Dang it.
Toby's so great because he's not American. So he's
I know.
figured it out.
Okay, so one of the last things is, just like all the others, it works. It really works. I'm shocked and a little bit overwhelmed. Sometimes on the ground crying. I started in real estate 2 years ago, like Seth, and here's been my experience. Started with Zillow. I called that a paid internship that I paid for. And I worked some business and I got some experience. And I found out those people do not give a flip about me at all. And they are not loyal, and they will run me ragged, and they will leave me, which is not fun for the abandonment part. And that nobody cares. Same with Op-City, even worse. But I did get to have those conversations with strangers, which is awesome when you're practicing and you're a new agent. And then I didn't want to just harass my friends for business either. That's where that Facebook really came in, just making funny things and doing stuff like that. So, I mean, I ran the gamut. Like, I've been up here talking about short form before, and I don't do it anymore. I had fun doing it, but I don't do it anymore. Not because it didn't work. It's just I can't do all the things. And then I got busy with production too, so I had to pick my battles. And I kind of got a little, just overwhelmed with all this stuff. And then we researched Mike Sherrard's. I don't know if anybody knows who Mike Sherrard is. He makes a lot.
If you don't, look him up.
You go look him up.
Yeah.
He makes a lot of YouTube videos, and we ended up purchasing his social agent program and like exporting the YouTube part of it, because I was going to do the whole thing. I'm going to do all the social things. So then we tried to do just the YouTube part of it, and we pre-recorded videos for about a month. So we have a little bit of a buffer, because it takes time to edit those. Toby, how long does it take to edit one 10-minute YouTube video? A day.
Yeah. Like hours.
Hours.
Yeah.
It's a totally different ballgame. So yeah, we did that for about a month just to have a little bit of a buffer if anything happens, because you have to be consistent. Like, if you really want to start with YouTube, if you really want to get off the ground, they say 3 videos a week. But you can do 2. 3 videos might be a little bit, but you have to keep up with it. I think we missed 1 week, and I was like freaking out. And then we got back in sync. So we launched our YouTube channel December 1st, 2022. 1 year ago. 1 year ago. Nothing happened for the first 3 months. I just made videos. I was like, this is great. This is awesome. And then 3 months and 3 weeks later, after launching, I closed my first deal. My first YouTube client named Chaz and Jennifer, and they live in West Asheville right now. And that was $18,000 gross commission income. And I was like, that's worth what? 4 months of making that. And then the content, if you make it and you kind of think about it to make it evergreen, so you're not putting a lot of specific numbers on things and not making it so where it's going to change over the next few years, that just keeps going. Where sometimes short form content will be active for a little bit, but then the long form content people will refer back to, and it acts as a natural CRM as well, where they are subscribed to your channel and they are getting consistent education from you. And it just reinforces that. And it hasn't stopped. It has not stopped. It has just kept going. Like some weeks I will be doing maybe 6 buyer consultations a week of people who have contacted me and they're like, okay, I'm ready to buy a home. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. Here's the Calendly link. Let's have a 30-minute buyer consultation, get an idea of their timeline, get some expectations. And then I set them up on what Toby helped me think of is the Living in Asheville Academy. So they go into the Living in Asheville Academy, and then they get on a drip considering their timelines of all the education that they need in order to buy a home in North Carolina with confidence by the time they are ready to go. So we're talking about everything. We're talking about due diligence and earnest money and on video, because that's how they know me anyway. So we're leveraging that out as well, just through systematic drips to people. So they still feel really engaged. So My first year in real estate without YouTube, I did 2.3 million. That's with Sphere, Zillow, Opcity. I don't think I closed one Opcity. And my second year, I did 9.4 million. And next year is looking really good, even like in a strange time. So that's about it.
Woo!
Didn't even need my glasses.
Thank you. Thank you, Beth. You guys, she is so modest. I'm going to rewrite her whole proposal for her, or her whole presentation. I mean, to go from knowing her through this whole journey of an agent struggling, she was ready to quit real estate. She's like, I can't do this anymore. I can't pay for the leads. I'm not going to make it. I remember one day she's like, I'm just going to buy the cold call thing. And we're like, don't buy the cold call thing, Beth. Like,
I
did
buy it, but I never
great. She
touched
bought it.
I never opened it.
But she was like, months in, and she stuck with it. And that's the thing about YouTube. I put her last for a reason, because all the other short forms are a little bit easier to break into. YouTube is incredibly hard, but it's incredibly, incredibly lucrative. It is one of the biggest search engines next to Google. So if you are going to take it really seriously and want a very high return on your time and money, YouTube is incredible. So, like I said, Beth, in year 2, pushing months of 6-figure GCI. Like, this is nuts, you guys. So, and it works, and it's working here. A couple more things. So I put all these things together because I want to just bring you guys all the content, all the things. We're going to keep it really short and sweet. I have a tagline I'd like to share. Friends don't let friends do commercial. Okay? If you're in this room and you do residential real estate, don't do commercial. I want you guys to introduce you to Stacy Wheeler. Come on up. Come up to the front, all the way to the front.
I'm totally fine with that. I'm Stacy. I do primarily, only commercial. I actually just tried my hand at the residential thing. And Kimmy and Corey have recipe thing. So I appreciate that greatly. Man, I'm standing up. Hi, y'all. Really quickly, I'm with Carla and Company. We do boutique, commercial, all female. Well, we have one very non-threatening male presence. He's wonderful. But we sort of started this firm to make commercial more approachable, truthfully. We were in this whole landscape of things being really hard to get across the line. And so what we have really created is this really safe space where everybody can talk to us. Even if you've got 500 square feet or a $50 million development, we can talk to you about that. So I'm here to just say, I'd love to partner with you.
I love it. And like I said, I loved making connections. Like she mentioned, Corey, I'm a realtor. We recently sold a home here. Corey sold my house here. Like, there's a reason we trust each other as real estate professionals. So I just want to introduce Stacy because I know not everyone has a commercial resource here. So she's fantastic.
Also, she went with me to a place that's in Fairview that's thinking about selling commercially or residentially. And I'm internally grateful because I was like, I don't know if this is going to work out or how it's going to work out, but would you please come? And she helped me so much with some of the conversations that I have no idea about. It's great. So use her, and she is always open for a phone call, which I love.
I love it. So we're winding down. Who's feeling overwhelmed? Don't know where to start. Fun fact, this is when I filmed my first YouTube video. Because if you see the power of YouTube, it's incredibly powerful. So I'm on the journey with you guys, exploring a new medium. So I wanted to bring this up. Kristen brought it up, repurpose.io. The biggest thing for you guys to take away from today, pick one. Pick one, stay consistent. And if you're like Beth, sure, she chose Instagram. She realized that wasn't for her. Pivot, pick another one. Even if you've invested a lot of time in your Instagram feed and you don't want to walk away, like Beth just started 1 year ago, less than a year ago on YouTube. So it's possible to start over. So what it does is it takes your content and spits it on the other platforms. I, for American Eagle Home Inspection, only post on Instagram. I was like, I'm going to post on all of them because I'll be honest, the algorithm doesn't like when you respit it out, but I was like, I don't care. So here's our Instagram. So like them, this is just a couple of weeks ago. We've got our fun inspection videos. Those always do the best. 14,000, 11,000. We've got multi-million views, which those are fun, but I'm actually going to make a point. A lot of our other videos, the interviews, the trivia, those do low. But if you look at the analytics, out of the 135 people who watch that, 134 of them are my follower. You guys are my people. I don't care if someone in Omaha is like, that's a cool defect. I want the people I'm engaging with who are our clients to see us. So here's what it does. So here's Facebook, spits it out. So I did nothing for this. I didn't log in. I don't do anything. 6,000 views, 11 views, don't care. That's That's not Facebook. Is that TikTok? Yeah. Okay, that's TikTok. I also don't go on TikTok because people are freaking mean. It was really hard, but I agree that's where I kind of like cut some teeth. But TikTok, again, like thousands of views, didn't do it. Facebook, thousands of views, wasn't even there. And no, that's TikTok. This is YouTube. Okay, I'm just doing great. We're crushing it.
Yeah, you're
YouTube. For home inspections, we only just regurgitate our shorts. So long and short of it, don't get overwhelmed. Digest, see what resonates with you guys, pick a medium, and then use something like this to spit it back out everywhere, just so you're there, so you have a presence, so you're searching us. So the best marketing doesn't feel like marketing. I don't feel like I'm doing it. Well, I don't do it. I subject my lovely inspectors, like my husband there in the truck in the back, to doing the videos for me now. So just do what feels great for you guys. Document, not create content. You guys are great. Thank you so much for your patience. This was awesome. Thank you so much to our speakers. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Please take food. Thank you guys so much.